Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. It's Rainbow Moon here. Welcome. We're doing a reading today for Leo. This is going to be Leo about your twin flame. There's two messages here that I have pre-selected cards. Haven't looked at them yet, but I've pre-selected. So there's going to be messages here for you. If you've picked one or two, you can certainly pick both messages and watch both parts of the video. We're going to talk about sort of where's your twin flame at right now? What's going on with them? Maybe, what type of direction are they going in? Maybe some fears or doubts they're still having, some healing that still needs to be had, maybe some things that they're hung up on still about you, and sort of some major energies surrounding this. So let's get into it. And I will leave timestamps. But for now, if you picked card 1, messages number 1, we've got storm fields. So I feel like this has to do with their life being a little bit in turmoil. It could be that, since this has gone into separation, there's been sort of an upheaval for this person. To me, this feels like something they didn't see coming or feel coming. So more like they were unsuspecting of this surge of energy that came in. I also feel like when you came into their life, you sort of ripped up their foundations of what they used to think was important. Definitely. They could have done this to you as well. I'm getting the fact that this was sort of like an awakening kind of energy, all right? And they're still sort of in this, right? I feel like the storm has not passed for them. The storm has not passed. They're still, sort of in an energy where they feel there's still some sort of a threat feel. I feel like there is, because they don't know, when this is going to end for them. Okay. So I feel like, some chaos, a little bit of turmoil, in their life at this time. I feel like before separation, this could have also been the energy, sort of like this big uplead to this big storm. And the storm hasn't really passed yet is what I'm getting. Okay, so that's sort of where they're at. Let's see what else is going on. See what their soul is saying. So what is their soul saying? Let's see what their soul is saying. Sort of like an affirmation type energy. Their soul is saying, I celebrate life and welcome new energy. Wow. So I could read this one of two ways. I feel like this is how they felt when they were with you. They felt new and awakened and vibrant to life and wanting to celebrate, and they felt really good around your energy. Or they're longing for this back. They're longing to have this feeling back is what I'm getting. I'm picking up on that. They want to bathe in you again. They want to be around you again. They want to touch you again. They miss the connection. And it's not a severed connection. It can't be severed because it's twin flame. They feel this energy exchange with you. They definitely do. I almost feel like they feel when you're sad. They feel when you're down, and you feel when they're sad and when they're down. I look back with compassion for myself. So they're judging their self right now. They're in this sort of judgment type energy. They are judging their actions, the way they may have treated you. I feel like they're really missing that compassion that you gave them. They've never had this with anybody else before. They're in a stage where they're sort of transitioning, and it's difficult for them. They feel like they can't do this without you, but it's like they were given no choice. I feel like they needed to sort of spread their wings. They needed to sort of know their own worth and know that they can do this. They're looking back with compassion. Yeah, for you as well. Another looking back. I remember and treasure past happiness. Yeah, so they're definitely feeling this connection with you. They're still in the moments of the past. They go back to this very, very often, and they think about this energy exchange between the two of you and how good it felt. They're thinking about everything. They're very nostalgic, and in nostalgia, it could be 6 months ago, it could be a year ago. They're really doing a lot of heavy thinking. It's loaded with emotion as well. The feelings are loving and emotional towards you of the past. I trust my ideas and my direction. So they're really struggling again, with that, which way, what do I do? I feel like they're almost a little bit starting to panic. They feel like they're not going to make it. They feel like they're not sure of the direction they've gone. They're not sure about things with money and career. They're not sure about a lot of things. I feel like there's an imbalance for them. I also feel like they're in a stage where they're reevaluating, and that is part of twin flame separation. There's stages to this. So they're in a stage sort of like where they're having a reckoning of themselves. They're thinking about the past, who they used to be, how they don't fit in that person anymore, and they feel different and they want different. They want to start getting serious about life. They want to start getting serious about their direction and what they're going to have down the line. And in their thoughts, that includes you. I welcome new love and trust what it brings. Yeah, they want a fulfillment of love with you. They want to renew this again. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Let's see what kind of healing might be needed. These are really cute, guys. Daily Healing by Ina Segal. Let's see if there's any healing surrounding this for either of you. All right, so we've got see yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. Oh, interesting. They're sort of picking themselves apart. They're sort of like, they're in this way where they're like, would I be my friend? Does that make any sense? I feel like they're really focusing on that. Are they good enough? Are they happy enough? Are they worthy enough? Are they helpful enough? I feel like they want to be just as good as the good people they have in their life. And I feel like this includes you, but they weren't seeing it before. They weren't asking themselves this question before. To feel your innate sense of truth, develop open-mindedness. So yeah, they're changing their mindset. That's amazing. They are changing their mindset. Sort of like where you were at, they weren't there with you yet. They weren't seeing eye to eye with you. They weren't there yet. Now they're kind of there with you. Now they're like understanding where you were coming from. So what do they regret most about this? What are they most hung up on? And we're going to use my Lost Love Oracle. What are they most hung up on about this? What hurt the most? What hurts the most? Let's see what we got. All right, we've got stop hurting and start healing. So, I mean, this could be for either of you a message where you're both sort of hung up on this and really caught up on this and these feelings, the painful feelings involved with the separation. I feel like Spirit's giving you renewal and chances for renewal and coming out of this, sort of healed. This is the harder part of this, is meant to be hard so you'll do the most amount of healing. Does that make sense? And we've got not interested, little or no effort. So in the past, they could have had no interest in this at all. They didn't even want to know about healing or starting to heal or trying to figure out who they are, what they want. They weren't ready. They weren't ready and they weren't invested, and they feel sorry about that now. They're sorry they didn't put the effort. But I mean, it's sort of like what's broken is broken. And I feel like this is sort of reflective of the way you're feeling. You're feeling broken over this, because they weren't investing as much as you were. But they're thinking back on this. I also feel like it's come up in this reading, an issue with money. Okay. I feel like they have issues with money, or you might have had issues with money, and it revolved around this connection, and it revolved around sort of like being broke, or like almost like bankruptcy type thing, or something with debts that were so stressful that also put like a kibosh on this. There's something about that. I'm feeling like this, it more to me feels like it's this person. They didn't know what they really wanted. They didn't know, which way to sort of go. So these are some things that are still affecting them. They're reflective of this energy that they weren't invested. Let's see what else we've got. Wrecking ball, demolish the past. So this person might have had some real issues with letting go of the past. This could also be about the past between the two of you. So some of the past, I feel like, when we were saying in the beginning of the reading that there was a lot of focus on the past and the nostalgia and the memories, and they're sort of gloating on those and almost like high on the memories. The bad memories, though, I feel like of their past, even before you came along into their life, were not demolished, were not gone. So sometimes I feel like if they ever got hot and cold on you, it's because something was triggering their past that they hadn't yet dealt with. So the last card I'm going to pull on this section is validation. Wow. So feeling inadequate. So they may have felt like you might have been further along than them. You might have been more aware, more awakened, more in tune, more further along down the line with your career. You might have just had your shit together much quicker than they did. And it made them sort of invalidated. They sort of felt like they couldn't really compare to you, and it may have opened up some wounds of the past where they were in victim mentality, is what I'm getting. So let's see something sort of like something major surrounding this, some major energy that's surrounding this connection. Look at, we've got peace. That's so beautiful. So the intention here, and part of the destination between the two of you, you and your twin, is to find sort of peace, inner peace between the two of you. And I also feel like this means that you will make peace. I also feel like they are thinking about giving you peace with their intentions being good, okay? But they're not there yet. They're still in the early stages of this. It's almost like they've just discovered this. They've just now started to figure out what giving themselves peace really, really means. And it's sort of complex to them. They've never felt this before, okay? So the whole reason for separation, part of the reason would be for peace, to find peace, to get peace. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we've got increase. So increase is more what I was thinking, that there was some issue with money. So yeah, there could have been an issue where they needed more. They weren't being validated. Let's just say at work, we just talked about validation. Maybe they were waiting on something, or they were wasting their time with something, or they were just a little frivolous with money. Or they were counting on that increase to make them feel like they had status quo and something, sort of to give in this world. I feel like at the time y'all were together, they just feel like they had nothing to bring to the table. Okay? To me, I feel like they had nothing to bring to the table. So in this time, they've been working on that. They're sort of upping their ante when it comes to this. They know that they've got to do this. They're working towards this, okay? I feel like money has been highs and lows for them in their life. They've had good times with money. They were okay. They were able to get the things they needed. Then they might have had a little more, and it might have burned a hole in their pocket. And then at times, I feel like they also could have been poor, in poverty type times, and had debts, many debts. So I feel like that's something that really interfered here in this connection, and something that's a major energy oh my God, energy surrounding this. Okay, so this is a cycle for them. They have to sort of go through this whole cycle and complete this cycle. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we've got kindred partnership. See, I love it. So this is answering your question. This is definitely a high-level soul connection or twin flame. So you're being shown right here that, yes, if this is the way, you feel like you can't let go, and you feel like there's so much energy, between the two of you, and even in separation, you're feeling it and things are hard on you. Spirit is showing you that, yes, this is you being two very special souls coming together. All right. And that's just showing sort of the energy of the connection between the two of you. Okay. And the last card I'm going to pull for that is great achievement. Interesting. So yeah, I get the painted picture here is that your twin flame needs to have something to show for. They need to have something for themselves before that they can sort of, go share with you. Okay. That's what I'm getting. So let's see what else we've got. We've got journey. So I don't know if they had a travel, or they are sort of on this journey, like the journey, and they're making progress. I feel like they know there's no going back. But I wonder too if this is them wanting to come to see you. I kind of feel like this has to do with a completed cycle. So I feel like when they're done sort of with this, they're going to be wanting to see you and make contact with you. That's what I feel. 100%. So let's see one other card. We'll sort of close up with a future sort of outcome, or, something to sort of stay tuned in on, stay focused on. Let's see what we've got. So I feel like there's a little bit of ego this connection. Okay. So I feel like this is a little bit part of it. So ego has to do with wanting that status, wanting that something to bring to the table. So I feel like that's where the energy is sort of gathering for your twin flame. I feel like on your end, this is more for you to do some inner focus, some inner work, some shadow work. And I feel like to let go of resentment, let go of the need to be right, let go of like, I didn't win. I feel like there's like this, I mean, almost like this energy of like a battle between the two of you where somebody feels like, oh, I didn't win. I couldn't beat this. I couldn't. Okay. So there's something with that. I don't know if that resonates for everybody. Sorry if it doesn't. Spirit. I feel like there's gonna be, an olive branch handed out here. Okay. So I feel like definitely your twin flame will be reaching out. I feel like once they have completed significant work on the journey. Okay. I hope that that was helpful. Let's get into the next set that I want to bring to you guys. Okay. So if you chose card 2, this is unexpected visitors. So I feel like with this particular card, this may mean people that were continuously maybe in and out of your business with your twin flame. I don't know if that doesn't have to resonate with everybody, but that's what I'm sort of getting. I feel like this is sort of like people who might have been jealous of your connection, people who might have been, just not sending you the best energy about it. To me, it almost feels like an unlikely connection. Like, did you feel like you were unlikely? I also feel like this has to do with small miracles. Okay. So I feel like if you expect the unexpected here, you'll be prepared for the miracles that are rightfully yours. Okay. So this has to do with like detours, sort of like, the detours that we take in life and surprises that sort of the shit comes up out of nowhere, the unexpected, those sorts of things. And what matters is really how you deal with the problems ahead or at hand, so to speak. So it's like, I feel like you have to know, no matter how detailed your plans are and no matter how clear you believe that road ahead will be, there are times when the plans are sort of like delayed or there's unforeseen things that pop up or detours or inconveniences and stuff like that. Okay. So it only means that it gets a little more interesting. The journey gets a little more interesting. So there's some fate and there's some things here that are sort of throwing your twin off the trail a bit. Okay. It could be stuff with their job. It could be stuff with friends, people, exes, other people they've dated a long time ago coming into the mix where they needed to do forgiveness. It could be a family member's ill. It could be a bunch of things that sort of messed up their plans. Or it could be that messed up you guys' plan together of wanting to be together and wanting to sort of make this work. Okay. So just know that it's time for sorting out is what I'm getting here. Okay. So time for sorting out. Let's see what their soul is saying. What is their soul saying to you? I am worthy of the deepest kind of love. Wow. So they have to learn. I mean, I feel like they valued this connection highly. Okay. You definitely taught them about deep love. They never felt this before, ever. And they didn't expect it. See, look at that. Unexpected. I feel like you came out of nowhere for them and showed them what it was like to be sensual and loving and sexual energy was like through the roof. And like you were making them feel so great and they were making you feel so great. It's like everything they've dreamed of. So they know now that they're worthy of love because of you. You showed them this and they want it back. I will move forward when the time is right. Come on. Yes. So they're sort of depressed right now, but I feel like it's not really depression because they're realizing the things that they made their mistakes and they're realizing these things about you, about the real love. So they're just not ready. I feel like, again, there's some past issues. There's some past shit. There's stuff going on right now that they can't control. I almost feel like they're grieving someone, like someone may have passed, possibly even from COVID past, and they're grieving and they're struggling, but they're still thinking of you and they want the connection. I feel like they just don't know how to approach. They just don't know how to, like if they're ready, they just don't know. There's heavy things happening in their life right now. I make empowered choices. Yeah, wow. So we've got an Emperor's energy. So I feel like they're really trying to do the right thing in life. They're trying to get their shit together. They're trying to save some money. They're trying to be responsible. They're trying to be reliable. They're trying to be everything that they feel like their father was. Okay. They want to be stable. They want to be secure. They don't want to have to worry about money, bills, anything. They're maturing. They're in a very mature energy, and it's taken them a long time to get to this place. So let's see what else. I focus on what I want and make it happen. So they're in an energy where they're just manifesting right now. They're doing things for themselves that they never got to do, that they never were able to step into their power and do because they lacked responsibility. They didn't care. Now they care. And they do have you in mind when they're doing these things. They think of you. They're like, I wonder what, they would think. I wonder, how they're doing. I wonder, am I ready to go back to this yet? They do wonder. I know that peaceful times will come. Yeah, they're struggling. I feel like they have to be like the point person right now. I feel like they're like in charge of the grieving, or the grieving rather. There's something going on with that. I almost feel like it's ties to family. There's something with grief and grieving. Okay. So with that being said, let's check these babies out. These are the daily healing cards by Ina Segal. So is there any healing surrounding this right now? Because I feel like with that Six of Swords, they really have to move away from this stressful situation. Express your love through your deeds. So they may be the type of person that really needs to be shown love. They need like love and affection, and they want to be sort of like not just told, they want to be shown it. And I feel like they also show their love by their actions, like what they do. So I feel like if there's any like bad blood between the two of you, like, or you feel like there's bad blood between the two of you, I feel like they want you to know that that's just their way. They don't know any other way. So they're learning through this experience how to be more expressive and how to show their love more. Enjoy the process instead of always looking for the result. Wow. So they might feel really pressured right now. I feel like they got a lot on their head and a lot of pressure. There's a lot of mental anguish going on. Some of it is directed towards you, and most of it is directed towards personal problems, I feel. So yeah, enjoy the process and knowing the result. So I feel like this has to do with just being about the journey. Don't worry about the timeline, because time really is just 3D. So yeah, so they're just trying to focus on, getting through the day is what I'm feeling from this person, what I'm getting. So let's see what they're really hung up on. Something that they're really hung up on from this. Unrequited. Still carrying a torch. Okay, so you can read this two different ways. This could be somebody from the past that they had feelings for, that they didn't feel loved back, or the proper expression of love back, or they just didn't want them back. They might be carrying that, and that could have been the problem. They might have not been over an ex, or they might have not been over a stage of life and love lesson that they needed to understand. Okay. That it could also be that they may have not had that strong feeling that you did when you had it, and now they do. So they might be feeling like they're carrying this torch for you, and they don't know what to do next. And we've got self-esteem, self-love, and self-worth. So they may have not loved themselves enough before, and their self-worth may have been very low. When they came into your life, you may have given them that encouragement that they always lacked, and now they're missing it. Surrender, it doesn't mean you're lost. So they might have a hard time asking for help. In the past, I feel like that might have been a big issue for them. I feel like now they're learning that they just have to surrender to the way the wind blows them. There's no sort of control. They're learning sort of that they have to like let go. They can't sort of keep going on the way that they were. And we've got baggage, yeah, clinging to the past. So yeah, I'm feeling like they might have been ruminating over a past love, or past ways that they were, or things from their childhood and their teenage years past. And we've also got alone in a crowd. So they feel very alone in their emotions and feelings. They also feel very alone being away from you. There's nobody that matches you. They could literally hang out with their friends. They don't get that same feeling. They could try to date somebody else. They're never getting that same feeling. They feel very alone. They feel like they can't connect with anybody. Yeah, they're having difficulty. So let's go into some major energy that's surrounding this. Let's see what we got. Oh, so we've got true love. Oh, I love it. Got true love feelings here. Definitely. Got true love feelings. This is definitely a soul to soul, energetic soul connection. Their energy is true love for you, yours for them. In this time, though, they are looking at themselves very deeply and very hardly. So the mirror, it's whatever you mirrored to them and what they mirrored to you. So I feel like you may have mirrored to them that they needed to love themselves more, that they needed to get their self-esteem up, that they needed to enjoy life more, that they needed to be more accepting of love. So they're seeing this now. Oh, we've got loss. They're feeling loss. They didn't think they were, but they're very tied to you and hung up on this. They're very tied to this and hung up. They can't let it go, no matter what they do. But I also feel like they've had a lot of loss in their life, and this could be that loss that I was picking up on in the beginning, that they might be experiencing a real physical loss, like a death in the family or something like that. But yeah, they're hung up on the past. They're thinking also about their past with you, and they kind of feel helpless. They kind of feel like, you know, they're stranded on an island. They don't know what to do. They don't have any tools. They don't have what they need. They kind of feel like they were in that energy. And knowing that they have to really only rely on themselves has made them sort of scared. But they're sort of conquering it. And we've got stuck energy. So yeah, so they're also, I feel like, a little bit victim mentality. I feel like it's hard for them to get out of that old energy. So that could have been what was interrupting this connection here between the two of you. Definitely. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got pathway. So there's something with them possibly taking a new route, a new pathway. And I feel like they feel that this could lead them back to you. And they know that they don't know where it goes and they don't know where they're going to end up, but they are thinking of getting back to you. They want to put you back in their path. They know that it's never going to be as good as it was with you, and it's driving them crazy right now. They literally feel lost in the woods, and that you're sort of like this ethereal spirit that guides them, and they turn to those memories of you when they're down in the dumps. Absolutely. So let's finish up this reading with a final card. Ooh, we've got the wheel. So yeah, there's going to be sort of tops and tops. There's going to be sort of ups and downs with this, lefts and rights. To me, it feels like there's a lot of unstable energy sort of surrounding this right now, because I feel like they're having ups and downs. And they're really trying, they're getting to where they need to go. But I feel like, you know, anytime the wheel could drop back out on them, and they have to conquer that being in that stuck energy and sort of relying on their self-esteem and their worth to sort of get them up out of it and know that they need to give themselves peace. Okay. I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check my link in the description box for private reading information, and also my Twin Flames support group that I have started on Facebook. Love and light.